Hello, Rhino Climbing Beast. And cammed. Allow me to get some stream stuff set up. Hello, Zixatria. I hate how my OBS takes some time to actually load in the YouTube chat on the multi-chat plugin. So a lot of the time I'm just waiting for that thing to start working because it's been so spotty. It's never a Jade stream without some sort of technical difficulties right when I start the stream. Okay, let's get this heart rate monitor on. The only way to prove I'm a human is with a heart rate monitor. All right, perfect. Let's get warmed up. Today is going to be every emptiness. What should I warm up with? Decisions. Let's go with the level that I actually like. Let's do the 8-bit cover. Let's see what this sounds like. That is just bad. Let's use like do they have like the piano cover? Where's that? Yeah, these are the only ones that are actually good. Warm up with 8.0. 8.0 is one of the worst like warm-ups ever. What the hell? The fact that it's already been like a really long time since I've played this level is kind of sad to me. For a while, this was my hardest level. Damn it. God damn it, I really died in that shit part. You want to make Cube Game very similar to that? Gameplay that's very similar to that? It's extremely easy. Like, that is not a, like, high level looking cube part. It's literally just a bunch of spikes, and you're supposed to tell which orb you're supposed to press. The difference is, can you make it sight readable like this level? Because this level is extremely sight readable when it comes to this part. Like, there's no memory going on right here. I'm just looking ahead. Damn it. Yeah, well, why don't you just do it? It's not hard. All right, you guys can see my heart rate was up because I went kind of far in that. Like, further than I thought I'd get, so I'll take it. I don't know why my camera wants to keep facing me. Like, I know I'm super handsome and stuff, but back to the every end grind. Yesterday was nice, even though I played a little bit of every end. We got 1% more on Lover's Sadness. And we beat 2 extremely scuffed, frustrating medium demons. Well, actually, 1 that was extremely frustrating.
Lizard.
Well, I'm glad I'm getting a little better at 88 to 100. I say as I do that. As long as I complete it once a day, that's all I really care about, because I've been so bad at this run. Hello, Kiris. I think that's how you say that. I do have a Discord. I just need to set the command up. So give me like a... Honestly, after this attempt, I'll set that up for you real quick. So if you want to join the Discord, I'll have a link. What is this chat? They're just meowing. What's wrong with that? Here, now that you mentioned that, curious, let me get that command set up. New command, exclamation point Discord. Join my, no, wait, we gotta be we gotta have a stupid, unfunny joke tied to it. Here we go. Really stupid joke. Then we create an invite. Make sure it never expires. There we go. It should take a little moment for Nightbot to refresh it, but there should be a command now. Cammed, I think you're like hella overdoing it. Like he said he fucks with it. That's a good thing. Like he's not saying that in a weird way. He's just saying like I fuck with that. Like, you know, that's chill. No, there's no yeah, but still. That's just how that's like online. Like I could tell that person is brain rotted like me because I say that all the time. Or it's like, you know, I fuck with that. Like it's a term. It's not anything weird. It's a term for just saying, you know, I'm chill with that. Why? I don't know. English is stupid, dude. I mean, considering their name is Extra Chromosome Man, I think they definitely have that probably brain rotted sense that I do. Trust me, you do not want to see my Instagram reels. Ooh, they are cooked. Coal alarm. Yeah, arguing in big quotation marks, buddy. That's not arguing. That was just me telling them like what I fuck with that kind of means, because I think that they just can misinterpret it as something weird. But you know, if you're brain rotted like me, and many other people, fucking with something like I fuck with that is essentially you saying I'm chill with it. You know, like I vibe with it. I'm cool with it. God damn, I choked on my water, bro. I'm getting old. Fuck. Oh, I can already feel the wrinkles coming in. I'm not 21 anymore. Weird. The title is Avery End. No, it's not. It's Every End. I can no longer say I'm 21 years old. I have to say I'm pushing 40. You want to know what I had today that I haven't had in a long time? A Coca-Cola. It actually felt weird, dude. I forgot how different Coca-Cola and Pepsi taste. Because where I live, we only fucking have Pepsi, dude. Like, there's no Coca-Cola here. But I went to a place and they were selling one, and I'm like, dude, I haven't had a Coca-Cola in like a long time. Like just a straight up Coca-Cola. And I'm like, damn, they taste very different. Am I weird for thinking that Coke is like weirdly spicy? Not the spicy that you guys are thinking where it's like, oh my god, it's hot. But the spicy is in like, it tastes like there's a spice in there. Compared to Pepsi, which Pepsi is like more refreshing to me. But Coca-Cola has a more distinct kind of kick to it in a weird way. I think I like Coke more than Pepsi. Hot take, Coke is better than Pepsi. You know, we'll say that. Coke is intense, Pepsi is sweet. Yeah, you know what? That's a great way to put it. I think that's why I like Coke. It tastes a little more bold to me, you know. Whereas Pepsi is just like straight up, you want cola, you get cola, you know. They're both kind of overrated. I disagree. I think they're properly rated. I think cola is one of the better kind of soda flavors. And I think those are just the two that have really, you know, popped off. Like, what other cola brands are there other than like smaller, more local brands? Now, is like locally made cola better than them? Yes. But I think they're pretty properly rated as the best like sodas, because cola is just a very kind of nice soda flavor in my opinion. You know, I like it way more than lemon lime. I think lemon lime is kind of I think for me, I like, instead of having a 7-Up, I'd rather just have like lemonade or something. I think I prefer the more sour kind of taste. When I think of lemon lime, I think of sour. But when I drink a Sprite or a 7-Up, they don't taste sour at all. You know, they're very sweet. They still have like that little hit of acidity, but they still lack that sour flavor that I like with lemons and limes. I don't fuck with Fanta, but my mother loves Fanta. ice cream soda. Do you mean like ice cream flavored soda, or do you mean like a float? You know, like a root beer float or like a Coke float? Yes, that's a thing. Because unless you mean cream flavored sodas, those are good. Like if you've had like a New York cream soda, those are fucking awesome. I mean, they're extremely caloric and full of sugar, but like they are really good, I think. But I've never had like ice cream flavored, you know? Like I've never heard of, oh, vanilla bean, you know, soda. I've heard of like cream sodas, you know, not ice cream sodas. Like orange creamsicle, you know, strawberries and cream. Sensitive of your teeth after. Yeah, they fucked your teeth like bad. I've been drinking a little less soda lately, and I've been enjoying it. I've been drinking a lot more juices, so my brain is still happy because I'm getting that sugar content. It's just no longer getting the carbonation that absolutely rots your teeth, you know? Like, I think if you're someone like me that might have drinking way too much or is drinking too much soda, I honestly think I hate how companies are like, do sparkling water first. Don't do sparkling water. Sparkling water fucking blows. Do juice. Because juice has a shitload of sugars in it, you know, similar to soda, but it doesn't have the carbonation. Like, what keeps you addicted to sodas is A, some of them have caffeine, the sugar content, and the carbonation. And I think juices eliminate the carbonation and the caffeine part, but you know, they're still full of sugar, so you won't deal with like sugar withdrawals, which I had a serious problem with. It's why I got so moody sometimes, where it's like in some of my streams I get very moody because I'm actually going through a withdrawal because I've been drinking so much less soda. I mean, obviously I had one today, but you know, you shouldn't completely restrict yourself when you're trying to escape something. Unless it's something extremely harmful. Like for me, it's just that I drink soda a lot, so I'm gonna drink way less of it. And then hopefully get to the point where I don't drink it anymore. Or drink it very infrequently. All I could say is cranberry juice has saved me, bro. Cranberry juice for the win. That is like the best drink that I've ever had for quitting soda. I know it's kind of weird to say quitting soda, but cranberry juice, like, it scratches that itch, you know? It's sour, so it kind of has that almost carbonated, acidic feel to it when you drink it, and it has a lot of sugar, and it has sweetness to it. Like, dude, cranberry juice comes in clutch when you're trying to get off sodas. Genuinely. And it's not bad for you. I mean, drinking too much of it is obviously bad for you, but, like, it's actually healthy. And then I think grape juice is also very helpful. If it's like, nah, I don't want anything sour, I want something hella sweet, you go for like apple juice or grape juice. I would drink more orange juice if it wasn't expensive as shit. And it wasn't that processed bullshit. Cranberry juice sucks. Holy shit. Are you guys, all of you guys have to be at least like 12 years old then. It's too sour for me. Nah, I'm kidding. If you don't like cranberry juice, I'm just genuinely surprised. You know, I'm not saying you guys are dumb, by the way. Everyone has preferences and shit. But like, almost everyone in my life that I've met loves cranberry juice. It's just for some reason my chatters fucking hate it. I don't get it, man. Everyone I've met in my life loves cranberry juice except for you guys. either you guys are contrarians, which is okay, I'm a contrarian myself, or you're fussy babies. See, that's it. There's no in between. It's not flavor preference. You guys are either fussy babies or you're just wrong. I'm always right. I win. Bye bye. You gradually stop. Same here. I think it's just because orange juice is so expensive, man. Like, have you ever went to like the store and you go to, and the only orange juice you see is like the fucking Simply Made or whatever bullshit, and it's like barely a liter of orange juice and it's like $5. Like, hell no, dude. I like, I'm gonna grab the like fucking 2 gallon. I'm gonna grab the gallon of milk next to it for like $3 or $4 instead, or I'm gonna grab, you know, a different juice. Like, orange juice is fucking expensive for some reason. Same with apple juice. Only if it's a Sunny D. No, fucking Sunny D tastes like shit, dude. Sunny D, you know what? I'm not gonna judge you too hard, but Sunny D tastes like fucking puke. Genuinely, it's disgusting. I can only drink normal, actual, real orange juice that's made from real oranges because that's what actually tastes good. Like, Sunny D is, oh my god, dude. I've never like almost puked from drinking something. It was only Sunny D that got me that close to puking. But hey, you know what that means? More Sunny D for you. I'm just not gonna touch it, you know? That stuff tastes like concentrated garbage. It's because real orange juice is a concentrated orange because it's just oranges. You, like, that's a nothing statement there. Orange juice tastes like orange juice if it's made from oranges. Like, yeah, no shit, it's gonna taste like hella orange juice because it's made of oranges. I don't like the processed shit where it's like it has a hint of orange, but then you're just getting an overload of sugar and sourness. Like, I'd rather just eat actual oranges at that point rather than like a fake orange taste. Like, actual oranges are super sweet themselves. I think people forget that. Oranges are not that sour. Oranges are extremely sweet, actually. I love oranges. Like orange slices. And I think when I drink an orange juice, it's like hella sour. It's like, eh. You prefer mandarins more? Honestly, agreed for like eating. I still eat oranges though. I love oranges. But like mandarins, pretty goated. Mandarins and tangerines, love them. I think grapefruit is a better edible kind of fruit, citrus, in my opinion. Like, I'd rather eat grapefruit than orange, but I love oranges, so I'm biased as shit. You know what I think is the most underrated fruit ever? No, not actually, it's not underrated. But one of the most, like, fruits that I'm surprised people don't eat more of, blueberries. Why have people just stopped eating blueberries? Like for people that don't like blueberries that are here, why? I feel like there's not a lot of flaws to them. They taste fine, you know, they're sour and they're sweet. You know, they're tiny. They have a very distinct kind of flavor. Yeah, they're mushy, I guess, if you want to be like, you know, fussy about its texture. They're very, you know, they're expensive as well. But like, blueberries are very good snacking fruit, and it's just, a lot of people tend to gloss over it. Too sour? Then get sweeter ones. Like, I think my favorite part about blueberries is that you can tell which ones are gonna be sour or sweet. You know what I mean? Like, if you see a plump blueberry, it's like, yep, that's gonna be a sweet one, that's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be sweet, it's gonna be a bit mushy. And then if you see like a tinier one, you're like, that's gonna be a sour, you know, or a sour, more hearty blueberry. I think I like the blueberries more because you can kind of pick and choose, where it's like, do you want just a mouthful of sweet or a mouthful of sour? To me, blueberries are like a blackberry, but split into two. You know what I mean? Because blackberries are fucking sour and like as shit. And let's not even get to raspberries. Has anyone here had like eaten raspberries, snacked on them? They're fucking so sour. I was like shell shocked when I ate one for the first time. Like I genuinely forgot that raspberries are hella sour. And same with blackberries, but blackberries have like a little sweetness to them. They're not as sour as a raspberry. I think, you know what, berries are awesome. The only thing I can't that I'm iffy on berries is I can't eat strawberries for some stupid reason. And it's not like oh, I have allergies or whatever. I just don't like eating strawberries, bro. I don't know why. I like the strawberry flavored stuff. You know, stuff with strawberries, but like strawberries themselves I just cannot eat. I can't like, it's definitely it's definitely fussy baby syndrome, but like for some reason I just can't. I just can't. Strawberries are fruit, they're berries. Which are a fruit, by the way. What raspberries are you eating that they're so sweet? Raspberries are supposed to be sour. Like, if your raspberries don't have a lot of sour in them, you must be having like a very specific kind. Almost every single raspberry or raspberry flavored thing is sour. Like, am I tripping? I'm pretty sure raspberries are not meant to be that sweet. They are very sour. And same with blackberries. Like, those are both very sour berries. It's just blackberries are a little more sweet. And a little more muted, honestly. Damn, that was late. I'm surprised. All right, let's do a blitzer attempt. Well, remember, to tell if it's a fruit is if it bears seeds. You know, berries have seeds in them, so they're fruit. I don't know why there's an entire section of fruit called berries. Like, I have no knowledge of like botany, so I don't know why berries are like more distinctive fruits compared to other fruits. I mean, there's those distinctions a lot. Like, what's a citrus? It's like an orange, lemons, limes, grapefruit, pomelo, and then there's berries, and then like, what the fuck is an apple? You know, like, what's an apple in all of those? Is it just a fruit? Got nothing special to it? How many of you here don't like eating the skin of an apple? Anyone that answers me, I'm banning you. You guys are probably the same people that don't like the crust on a sandwich. It's too fibrous. Like, yeah, that's why it's good for you. Never mind, I love the skin of an apple. It gives the apple that much needed bite, in my opinion. Like, I remember being when I was younger and my mother would make me apples. She'd always leave the skin on. And I had a friend in like 4th grade. And I remember, no, not 4th grade, like 3rd grade. And I remember he was just being like, your mom doesn't cut the skin off your apples? And I'm like, yeah, who doesn't eat them without the skin? And he's like, you know, the skin sucks. I prefer mushy garbage apples. Like, I remember trying to eat an apple without the skins. It's like, it tastes, like the texture's horrible, dude. It's mushy as shit. There's no bite to it. It's just fucking apple. Like, does it taste bad? No, but the texture is just way worse. It's weird how such a tiny little, like, near microscopic, not microscopic, but this tiny ass, like, little thing on the outside of the apple just makes the eating experience so much better. Like, it's so weird to me how much that skin, I think, impacts how my enjoyment of apples. Like, I can't imagine Casual Stray on a childhood friend. They're not my friend anymore because I moved away. But, you know, that was always something I made fun of them for. They would peel the skin off grapes and blueberries and shit. Yes, I'm not kidding, by the way. Like, at school, I distinctly remember sitting at the lunch tables and watching him pull out tweezers and skinning a grape because he doesn't like the skin of them. And I'm like, dude, like, going out of your way to peel off the skin of a grape has to be, like, alarming to you. Like, just fucking eat the grape, bro. Then again, they liked Madden games, so maybe that checks out. Wow, I did not feel late, but I was late apparently. Solid run. You know what I'm scared of? Can I do Minecraft part today? Do you practice or do you play from zero? I do play from zero. It's just this is a 7-minute long level. You need to reinforce how to play other parts. You can't just neglect them. Like, if this is a 1-minute long level, I could just do like 50 practice attempts at a part and then go from zero. This is 7 minutes. I have to make sure that, like, you know, I have a good grasp of each part. You know, I've also been learning different lineups as we go. Like, it didn't look like it, but I was using a different lineup when I was practicing Korea Core's part. That's why I was dying a bunch. Like, it's not... this level's not fucking easy to just, like, hop on and go from zero. You know what I mean? You need to mentally reinforce how to do some of these parts. No way you just said just sight read it. I mean, why don't you? You guys are completely missing the point, and it tells me you haven't played a lot of hard levels. That's like telling someone to just sight read Bloodbath. You can't. Like, this level's slow. You would think, oh, it's sight readable. Yeah, but that doesn't mean you could just beat every part. I am doing 84 frame perfects. I am training to do 84 frame perfects and 250 like jumps that are extremely tight windows as well. Like, I genuinely think you guys are just, like, stupid at this point. If you're like, oh, just sight read it. Like, the problem is that I don't know. The problem isn't I don't know how to play the level. The problem is that I am literally doing jumps where I have a 60th of a second to click at the right time. You can't just sight read that. You need to learn it. You need to keep doing it until you get consistent at it. Yeah, exactly, CG. I'm glad you're a competent human. It's like, chill, bro. I'm just being an asshole. You get what I mean? Like, it makes no sense to me. Especially because it's like, you know, we're not friends, dude. We're like, I'm a stranger and you're a stranger. And you're just choosing to be a dick because you think it's funny. You know? I think rage bait is just a very stupid thing. Rage bait should be reserved for, like, your friend group. You know, I rage bait my friends all the time, but I don't go on the street saying, wow, that outfit looks like shit. Whoa! Whoa, guys. It's rage bait. Guys, it's rage bait. I didn't insult you. I was rage baiting you. You get what I mean? Like, does that make sense to anyone? If that makes sense to you, then, buddy, you might want to start rethinking how you think. Hello, Voxy. YouTube ping never. Yeah, none of you guys like watching me anyways. Everyone in the Discord hates me. You guys don't deserve a ping. Especially you, Voxy. You're the reason I don't ping the Discord. It's all your fault. You too, Zixtra. It's your fault. You mean I'm crying? Wee. Yeah. Fine, I'll ping the Discord. You're asking for it. You have ear. Good job, Boxy. I'm glad you do. I'm kind of going to disagree with the it's not that deep, bro. I do think there is actual context where that is a, you know, correct way to correct someone. However, I think your example is a good example of like, it is that deep, you know? I don't like, you shouldn't use it's not that deep to manipulate someone into thinking it's better. You should say it's not that deep to help them reinforce, look, it's not that bad, man. Like, you know, be there for them. You can't just say it's not that deep and then expect that to band-aid it, you know? You just need to help them understand that maybe what you said was was incorrect, or they took it the wrong way. I think it's misused a lot. When you say it's not that deep, bro, you're supposed to say that. Well, the bro part is really that like nail in the coffin. I think you should just leave it at it's not that deep. Like sometimes you say something that's like really fun and maybe not intended to harm someone, and then they do. Like, and I'm not talking about like oh, look at you, look at you, you smell bad. I'm talking like you could just mention something and then someone gets upset over it. That's an example of where I think it's not that deep is a term you can use because you're actually trying to be corrective of like what you said. It's like, I didn't intend for it to be something that deep. It was just a joke. But it's the people that say that and then get mad when you don't immediately are like, oh, everything's okay. Those are the people I hate. Where they'll literally just like insult you and just be like, it's not that deep. It's like, brother, like you just insulted me. Like, you're not doing anything to make it better. You just think it's not that deep equals, oh, now I'm gonna be happy because it wasn't that deep all of a sudden. I think it depends on the person who's like receiving said like insult or maybe just phrase that they think is that deep. If you're too sensitive to acknowledge that maybe it isn't that deep, I think that's a problem. You have to know when it actually isn't that deep. And then same for the person that says it, you have to know that you can't just say that and immediately assume everything's fixed. That's my first 40% run right there. Yes, dude. It's been so long since I've had a Joxy attempt, and I'm so glad I got past 37, man. Oh, I don't even care that I died at the staircase, bro. If you saw, dude, my fucking hands were shaking. I'm just 37 has been such an ass to me, and I'm so glad I got past it, bro. That is awesome. Fuck 37%, dude. We finally got past it. I'm happy. I am happy. That's my first 40% run as well. That's my longest run in every end right there. I'm surprised I got past 36 too, dude. My hand was so shaky. Now it's all about getting past that staircase. I know my mistake though. My problem is that, well, A, nerves. And I just went so early. My previous jump, I tend to go early on those jumps. I think I need to find a better like in-between timing. Kiryu told me to treat them like triple spikes, but I think that actually messes me up a little more. I didn't have a dream. That was Kiryu that had that dream. Kiryu said he had a dream that I died at 42. Which, I don't know, man. I guess he just wants me to get past, I think, Joxy. Which is fair. Joxy has been such an asswipe to me that I'm just glad that I got to the end of it, you know? You know, if I died at 37 again, I don't care. If I died at the staircase again, I don't care. It's like, I just needed that. I just needed this run that reassures me that, hey, I can play and get to Joxy's part from zero, you know? Because I've been in such a weird slump when it comes to just these long runs. See, like, there's a good example of, like, I have weird tendencies. I need to find that balance of, like, how can I do it without overthinking? Like, I need to really think about how to do those jumps in a way that doesn't require, like, a lineup, because that's a lot of brain power, you know? Doing a lineup requires a lot of brain power. Or just fucking thug it out. Like, I think I've always been bad at that staircase, and that's okay. That's why I don't care about dying there, because for me that staircase is just really hard. Maybe, you know, I could just maybe I got to do a fuck you, Kiryu, and actually do lineups instead. It's gonna be a lot. That's like learning 10 straight lineups, but I think with how I thug it out in some parts, that's what I do, you know? Like, there's a lot of jumps that I actually use lineups on, but, like, I never die to them because I use a lineup. And I think maybe I gotta start using something there. There's definitely something I'm missing. Maybe I just don't do enough triple spikes that I don't know how to do that triple spike lineup that Kiryu talks about, you know? Because they're not quite triples, you know? You have to be very close to the spikes. Triples, you have a lot of leeway. I think those jumps are 30 hertz frame perfects, so, you know, you have about, well, with more frame rate, probably I'd say about a 20th of a second to click at the right time. Yeah, I don't know why I'm just so...
GGS on 49, I still hate you SMH.
Oh my god, not 49, Voxy. I still hate you. Jesus, Voxy, thanks for the $5 super chat. Thank you, though. I know, we got 40%, I'm happy. I'm not content, obviously. I want Nepessa's part. I need to get to Nepessa's part, bro. If I get to 49, that would have been insane, by the way. I think I would have died at 42, personally. I think I was so shaky that I guarantee I would have clicked 42 too early. I think I would have done this jump wrong. Actually, that would be 41. I think I would have gotten 41 because I am very shaky on that jump for some reason. And then I did see someone, I already forgot their YouTube name, but I think they came into my chat, so if you're there, someone got 42. They died at the second, like, Nepesta weird jump, which is really unfortunate. I'm probably gonna die to that shit. You know, I might get 48, honestly. I think 48 is a reasonable death for me because I get so nervous and shaky, bro. I think my problem with these is that the background is so distracting. I don't know if you can chime in plus or minus, but like doing the triple spike lineup on those jumps is very difficult for me because the background is very like, there's a lot of shit in the background and it's distracting for me. Maybe that's why I really suck at the staircase. I can't just like hard focus on the cube and the spike. Like, I don't know why it's so hard for me to just like focus on this part. I think this part just requires you to focus really hard. Maybe that's what I gotta start doing. Maybe start allocating a little more brain power to it. Because I'm constantly told, oh, the staircase is so easy, bro. Like, you know, by someone. That's right, Mr. Kiru. I'm dissing you right now. You're always telling me it's easy and that I suck for dying there. But I think it is hard. You're just good at the game, and you refuse to acknowledge that. Staircase is a lock-in moment. Yeah, I gotta really like just fucking use 100% of my brain here, I think. Same, you know what? Same with the Pestas part. I feel like the Pesta is a weirdly lock-in part, not because it's hard though, but because you really don't want to die here. You know what I mean? I don't know if you can, you know, agree with that, but I feel like that's how I feel about Nepesta's part. I feel like you lock in a lot more than you think on this part because you just really don't want to die here. You just want to get a chance at Koreaquer and Kermal, you know? Or maybe I'm just weird and I do that. You know what I'm more surprised at? I didn't die at this jump. I thought I was totally gonna die at this jump right here. But no, I actually locked in that jump. And Jade, I've been doing down base as the second extreme demon. My current progress is 77. Good job. You're a way better player than me when it comes to the wave, because I fucking suck at the wave, dude. I can't even imagine being down base right now. I am the first wave crippled player in this GD world, in the GD community. It's genuinely like crazy how bad I am at the wave. I'm gonna be honest. Do I think I'm like abysmal? No. But I think I genuinely believe my wave skill level is so far behind all of my other game modes. Except from 48, which is tricky from 0. Yeah. And also, that's where Popoff died. So I think that's why I'm okay with dying at 48 or 42. I think those are the two percentages that at Nepesta's part where it's like, if I die there, whatever. But if I die at like, you know, 44 or like 45, that would feel like, you know, come on. Because I always see Nepesta as, this is just the bridge between the first half and the second half in a weird way. Even though Nepesta's in the first half, but like, this is just the bridge to me. This is like the transition out of, you know, the hard part. I say as I struggle immensely with Koreaquer and Kermal's part. But that's just a skill issue on my part. Who dies to that, bro? Really? Ugh. That's me. That's mean, dude. That's a mean death. That makes me sad. Because it's like I wanted to go at, you know, fucking Starkey. I feel like I need to start getting more runs at Starkey with nerves, you know. I think I'm super good at Starkey without nerves, but with nerves it becomes really shaky, you know. Especially 68%. That jump is just impossible from runs, dude. I don't even know what 71 feels like from runs because I've never, like, every single run that I've gotten that's like crazy far, I die at 68% or 69. $69 just because that's like 69 is more of a choke though. 68 is just because 68 is hard. I feel like I feel like my way of doing 69%, which is different from like every other fucking player, I like it a lot more. I think it gives me a little more time to line up some things. I think obviously the worst case scenario for my route is doing 3 hard timings as opposed to, you know, 2. But I think it also eliminates a lot of like the difficulty of some other jumps, in my opinion, in a weird way. I think my jump, I like having that extra like receipt of being able to, if I mess up the second jump, I'll still be alive. It's just I need to do another jump to save myself, you know? Whereas I think with the other route, it's like it's 2 jumps, but if you mess one of them up, you're probably dead. Whereas in my case, I feel like there is a little room to save the last jump. Dude, we're doing staircase training today. The Joxy staircase. The bane of my existence. The thing that kept me from getting to Pesta's part. I'll go back from 0 in a bit. I'm just reinforcing again. Remember to just fucking lock in when we get here. Dude, imagine if I got to 50%, then I'd have to go for 50 to 100. I'd have to go for it in 2 runs. I think 50 to 100 is doable for me. I just think I need to get more consistent at those parts, you know? I literally think the last 2 parts that I need consistency training on are Koreakura and Kermal. I genuinely think that's it. I think other parts, you know, every now and then I'm gonna need to replay them a bit to, you know, maintain consistency, but I think Koreakura and Kermal are the last parts that I just need, you know, training in. And then I think, you know, we're golden. Why are you just saying, Voxy? Oh, we got it. I could change the title now. We got 40%. We're so close, dude. Because I can. Hey, just in case there's anything bad, you know? If there's like something going on, just making sure. Dude, I'm already like, I think I'm being too content right now. Like, I've literally just done something that I haven't done like 2 weeks, and I'm just happy, you know? I'm too happy right now. I need to wipe that smile off my face and lock back in. Oh, that feels so good, dude. I haven't been to Joxy's part in so long. And I think that was my first blitzer attempt today, right? Actually, was it? Look at my look at my session progress. This is fucking stupid, bro. This is so this is so funny looking, bro. Like that was my first left unknown blitzer and Joxy attempt today, and I'm gonna screenshot that. That is beautiful attempt progress today. That's so weird, dude. Today already feels weird, bro. Like, I haven't gotten, like, my first staircase, mind cap staircase attempt, first left unknown attempt, and first blitzer attempt, all passed first try. And I got all the way to 40%. I'm glad I got that, because today I don't feel like I'm playing too well when it comes to like Penato and Mind Cap. I feel like my Penato and Mind Cap have been kind of today. Not bad. I've had way worse days, but I feel like I've been playing pretty at them. So I'm surprised I got that far. There's my first staircase death. Dude, that's so weird. That is so fucking weird that I literally went from 9% to 40% today. There's something very beautiful about GD progression, you know what I mean? It's just so random sometimes. Just one day you're like fucking terrible at the level and you want to drop it. Next day you get a new best. Yeah, it's like, sure, you missed it. I got 40%. That's such a weird death, bro. I don't like normally sometimes I'll jump late there, but early is a new thing for me. New death unlocked. I think I'm gonna move my go percent to 23. Originally it was at fucking 18, but I think it's time to move it back. I think it's time to be, or maybe I can move it to, you know, I might keep it at 18. Because I feel like whenever I get to 18%, I have a genuine chance to get the Joxy. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously I'll still have deaths like that in Left Unknown. But I feel like 18 is like that breaking point. 18 is when shit gets real. That's when it's time to go, you know? Because 18 to 29 is a rough run. Like, brutal, difficulty-wise. It's also the most interesting, I think. I think it's a very fun, difficult run. You know what I mean? If it was unfun bullshit in the hardest part of this level, it would be a nightmare. Like, I would definitely be mind-blocking way more in Blitzer and Left Unknown if they weren't, like, kind of fun to play. It's kind of weird to describe them as fun, but they really are fun, in my opinion. Even though some of the deaths are very frustrating. They're still very fun parts, in my opinion. Jump so early, bro. There's like a weird rhythm I have to that part. And every time I break from it, I do weird shit like that. That's why I think I want to maybe spend off stream, obviously, because it's going to be hella boring watching me play 8 to 9% a million times. But I think off stream, I really want to just learn how to improv that part better. You know, I rely too heavily on a click pattern. Or not even a click pattern. I rely too heavily on previous timings in that part. You know what I mean? Like, it should just be like, for every jump, it should just be, let's focus on the timing. There are a few jumps in this level that require the previous jump to be done well enough, right? But in that case, that is a jump where it's like, I shouldn't be worrying too much about the previous timings, but I am. I think my brain is making Mindcap's part a little more difficult than it needs to be. I mean, obviously, it's fucking 8 straight frame perfects, you know? Even if I find a solution that makes my brain like it more, I still have to actually do the clicks. It's a completely different story. But I think my brain is too stuck up and wants to do it a specific way as opposed to just doing it. You know, more consistency training. Consistency training's boring though. I don't like doing that on stream, but you have to do it. It's what makes this level such a... I just realized this whole time I was in practice mode, by the way. I just noticed that, like genuinely. Do I have any other setting on that I don't need? I don't think so. I think I have the mod that makes it so... Oh no. You play this level in low detail mode? You kind of have to. This level's highly unoptimized. Well, I say unoptimized, but like the decoration requires a fuck ton of objects. So there's just a lot of objects in this level, you know? Low detail mode is the only way to get like a consistent frame rate on this. And obviously a consistent frame rate is very important when it comes to playing this. But don't worry. I think, but the reason that I'm being very inconsistent at Mindcap and Penato lately is because I recently turned off glow for my icon. So now my icon appears a lot smaller, and I kind of need to remember the whole hitboxes without the glow. The glow was helpful, but I also think it was detrimental to some jumps. I think turning off the glow actually helped me a lot with like some of the jumps that I've been struggling with, like 37% and 68. But it also made some jumps that are a little more difficult because I'm so used to using the glow for some of the lineups. And I think Penato and Mindcap, they didn't really have those, but I think the glow kind of helped indicate whether I was too close or too far a bit better than without glow. So I'm still kind of getting used to some of these jumps again. And also, this part is fucking hard, so it makes sense. And I'm trying to get a click pattern down for that. Because I like doing that hold instead. Because what I used to do is I just do 1, 2, 3. But instead I like the whole hold for 3 jumps instead. Like that jump has been a weird click pattern adjustment for me. But you know, those are the things that I like about this level in a weird way. I feel like I'm never stuck in a point where it's like, I've learned everything, now it's about executing. I'm not there yet. I'll probably get to that point where it's like, now you just need to execute. I think what has kept me more positive and afloat is knowing that I'm still kind of in that learning phase. Like every day feels like a small improvement. Even if it doesn't mean getting a new best, or if it means having a day where I feel like I graded myself a D minus, or gave myself an F. Like, there's steps to success. Once I get to that point where it's like time to lock in, that's when I think I'm gonna need to get a lot better at handling my frustration. Because this level doesn't care about you. It's all about execution. I'm excited though. I'm excited. I know I've been struggling with Penito and Mindcap like a lot. These last 2 weeks have been rough. Like sometimes I just wanted to quit. But I think for me, knowing that once I can just get those two parts in a state where I can get like maybe a 10% pass rate, that is when I think shit is going to start going down. Like the mere fact that I think the thing that's holding me back from more runs is just 12% of this level is something that I'm very excited about. Super early. Hey, the fact that I'm getting like every single time I'm in Left Unknown, I at least get to like 18, that's good. Oh, that's brutal. I need to remember to wait a frame there next time. I wanted to buffer that jump so bad. That's why I died. You're not supposed to buffer it. You're supposed to wait like a frame or two. I don't know the exact window, but you're supposed to like wait a little bit right after the hard jump. No, 37 is the hard jump. 36 is hard though, so I'll give you, I'll give you full credit. But I think 37 is the real jump to look out for. 36 is kind of like a skill check. 37 is like all right, buddy, this is it. 36 is the are you ready? 37 is let's do it. Let's go. That's 2 Joxy attempts in one stream, though. That is the tied for the most I've ever had in a stream. Believe it or not, this is not my first time having 2 Joxy attempts. In one of my streams, I got 35% twice. Died to the exact same jump both times. That, I think, demoralized me a lot. Made me really scared of Joxy's part. But today, man, like... No, that's not how the 37% jump works, by the way. I think you're not thinking of 37 correctly. 37 is not a wait a frame jump. 37 is a extremely hard lineup. 36 is like I think you have it flipped. 36 is way more consistent than 37. 36 is the frame perfect skill check. Hey, can you visually do a frame perfect, Whereas 37 is a just very difficult jump. Not all frame perfects are built the same at higher refresh rates, Maybe on 60 hertz, like 36 feels harder, but on, 240, which is what I use. I know it says 360 at the top, but because of, the in-game physics locked at 240. At 240, 37 is much more difficult than 36. I think 36 is very consistent. There is a very simple kind of visual remembrance to its timing. There's even technically a way you can cheese that jump. So there's actually a little more frames that you're given on that jump at higher refresh rates. But 37, no, you don't get extra frames. 37 is more difficult because you can go late as well. Like you can clear the ledge. Obviously, that's super late. But even if you're slightly late, you can still land, but die. You know what I mean? It looks easier than it actually is, in my opinion. Because a lot of people tend to forget that when you do that jump at 37, there's a spike at the end that'll actually prevent you from moving forward if you went a little too late. I'm talking like literally you'd have to try to be as late as possible. It's like that's why the timing is so awkward, because you have to go earlier than you think, but not too late, or you can go too late and clear the block, obviously. You can go too late and land and look like you're gonna do it, but then die. You can go too early and hit, and you can also go too early and hit the spike. Whereas 36, it's like, if you go too early, you just don't know the timing. If you go too late, you just cleared it, 36, I think, has a lot more room for consistency compared to 37. 37 is just about find that lineup and lock that shit in your head, I hope I'll get more consistent at 37, though, because 37 has been the bane of my existence. Surprisingly, not 27. 27 is I've been very, oddly consistent at that part. Now, watch, I'm going to eat my own words. I'm going to die at 27 a million times in a row. But I don't care if I die there, because 27 is a fucking weird jump. and 25. Like, I think I am slowly getting to the point now where I don't care if I die in Blitzer's part. I'm just happy I get there in the first place, you know? Because the progression I've made in this level, like, whenever I even just reach left unknown, it makes me happy, knowing that I can even get that far. Especially because I've just been so negative over myself lately. So, like, just down on myself, but, you know, sometimes I just need to stop and smell the roses. Like, there are probably barely 100 people in this world that can get to 0 to 18 consistently at this level. Like, and I mean that in a genuine manner. Like, there are a lot of people that are probably good enough to learn it, but they haven't done it. But there's like not a lot of people out here that can do what I've done in this level. And I think that's something that I kind of need to acknowledge, not get ego over, obviously. Avoid the ego part, but just be happy that, like, you know, I'm actually doing something that not a lot of people can do. And the fact that I can even do a frame perfect is just amazing for me. I know that sounds weird, but as someone who like speedran Celeste, I never wanted to do those frame perfect or pixel perfect things because I never thought I'd be able to do them. So every time I hit a frame perfect, there's just that little burst of like, that's crazy, man. The fact that I could recognize the difference between a 60th of a second and when you're supposed to time a jump, it's just ridiculous. Granted, there's probably a little more leeway now that because I'm playing on a higher refresh rate, but still. Like, the fact that I've even come this far is just amazing. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'll fall into another slump again. I'm okay though. Like, I think just I need these runs of just reassurance, especially when I'm playing a level that has just been beating the shit out of my like mind. Like, this level is just so mind fuckery that just getting to Blitzer's part is something that I should be happy about, because not many people have ever even passed 8% of this level, let alone 23 or 14% of this level. You know, some people can't even get past 3%, and that's not them being dumb. It's just because this level is, you know, top 10 right now. This is one of the 10 hardest levels that have been verified in this game, according to Pointer Crate, obviously. I think it should be a little lower, but I'm gonna go with the Pointer Crate ranking for now. Like, it's just, I'm just happy. I'm just happy. Every single time, even the days where I don't do good, I could just look back on the stuff that I've done. Because I just need to be more positive. You know, if you keep shrouding yourself in this kind of negative aura of just, you know, maybe I'm not good enough, you know, I have a very bad tendency to do that, especially with this level. There are some times where I just don't feel like I'm good enough to play this, and, you know, it reflects because some of the days I just do abysmal because I don't jump with confidence. I don't know if any of you know what I mean by that, but like, have you ever played a level and it's just you don't feel confident at all when you're playing it, but like, you know, you can do it, you know what I mean? Like, when you don't jump or click with confidence, that really just kills you. Like, I think it's very important to just try your best to understand like what you've done. And now I know some people don't have the luxury of saying I'm playing a top 10 demon, you know, some people struggle on deadlock. But, you know, don't get so caught up with those things. I'm saying this now because now that I actually have a level-headed brain and that I have actually succeeded, I'm more so just expressing the people out there that, you know, want to do these jumps, that want to play a new hardest. It's so hard to watch people like get so angry with themselves. And, you know, I think I'm the fucking perfect example of someone that just gets so angry with themselves for no reason at all, really. You know, I get mad at myself for not doing 5 to 8 straight frame perfects consistently. Like, you know what I mean? Does anyone ever get that feeling where it's like you're playing something, right? Maybe you're playing 9 circles. It's gonna be your new hardest, and you're like, dude, I fucking suck at the wave. And then you sit back and realize I'm playing a level that's ranked hard demon. It is a hard demon difficulty level, and I'm complaining about not being good, and yet you're making progress, you know? It's just those little bits of, you know, you just need to remember those little bits of things that tell you you are making progress, in my mind. Because some days you're not going to make progress. Some days you're going to just, some weeks, months even, especially for me, you're just not going to get anything done. But you just got to keep putting in the attempts, you know? Because eventually you're going to have that breakthrough, like what I had here. I'd argue today was a great breakthrough. I got 2 Joxy attempts. One of them, I got a new best, and the other one, you know, I died at a very unfortunate spot, but like, I'm slowly gonna build up my confidence on, I really just died to that, but I'm gonna slowly build up my confidence on getting there. Like, I think my heart rate was at an all-time low at 18%. Like, I honestly did not feel my heart rate kick in until I got to like 21%. And that doesn't happen. Normally it kicks in at like 14 because I'm a fucking nervous Nelly. But that's because I've just done it so many times, you know? I've fucking tortured myself with this level. I've gotten used to it. Like, even, like, I'm actually, you know, surprised that on 36% I didn't get as angry as I did. Because, you know, 36 is a really upsetting death for me. Like, come on. Like, give me at least an attempt at 37%. That jump, you know? And I didn't get it. But you know what? I don't care. I think the fact that I got there is what makes me happy, not where I died. Because getting Joxy attempts is a impossible thing for me. There's 27. All right, I'm gonna go pee. Be right back. Yeah, Voxy, piss cam is dated. No one cares about piss cam anymore. You're a Jade Unk. You're a Jade viewer Unk. You've been around for so long that you still remember the whole piss cam thing. That was wow, that's wild that you remember that, because that was like fucking 6 months ago when I did level request streams. Should I do a level request stream tomorrow? What do you guys think? I'm only asking you guys because I would want mods around to help me kind of deal with that. But at the same time, like I remember, I don't have any money to pay you, so I don't want you to feel obligated to do so, or that, like, you know, your career of being a Jade mod is on the line. You know what I mean? I don't want you guys to think, as a mod, I'm expecting great things from you, you know? But I want at least someone there to help me, because I'll be moderating as well. I think, don't think I'm gonna be not moderating and I'm just gonna be, if something goes wrong, it's your fault. Like, I'll be modding as well. Need money. Yeah, I always feel bad though, you know. If I made enough, I would pay. I don't normally mess up that jump. I don't know if you saw the lag spike as well, but that's not an excuse because I got past the jump that had that weird lag spike. Normally it's the last jump that I have a weird tendency to die to. Like the one where you leave the staircase. It's kind of weird why I die to that one more. How long have I been streaming? Only 2 hours? Or it's just about to hit 2 hours, damn. I feel like I've been streaming for longer. I think I'm gonna do one more left unknown attempt and then I'm gonna be done with every end right now. I'm a little every ended out. And it's weird to say that already, but you know, I think I have achieved my goal and way more for today. And I played a little bit of it last night, you know, let's not wear ourselves out. Don't worry, I'm getting used to that click. I'm dying there more because I've got a new kind of timing for it. Do I want your Kit Kat? Nope, I'll pass. If you were there during my story yesterday, you would know I have plenty of candy. Or last night. Because my mother thinks it's a good idea to, instead of keeping the candy for the 3 people that live at the house, give it to the broke college student that lives, you know, 1,000 miles away. So now I'm stuck with a fucking bunch of candy. Thank you, Mom. $5,000 crunch bars, though. Okay, sorry I passed out. I'm not saying be sorry. I'm just saying if you were there, you would know that I have a lot of candy. I don't expect any of you guys to be here. I have zero expectation of viewership. I at least want more than one viewer because I know that one viewer is going to be like Maeve. You want to know the worst part, dude? I wasn't recording my attempt, so I'm going to download the VOD and get the clip. It's going to be a bit lower quality in the video form, but... And I don't even know if all my clicks are picked up. Maybe I should start doing that now that I'm getting further runs. I should put my mic closer to my Seo. Holy crap, I am not doing good at Penato's part. I think I am already tired. I think, let's try to get to Mindcap's part one more time. Let's lower the objective a bit. Because I'm making mistakes that just tell me that I'm a little too tired. I'm not paying enough attention to some of these jumps. There we go. We got it. See, like that's the jump I'm used to dying at when I have like a weird death in the staircase. I'm used to that being a death. All right. Let us fill out the every end spreadsheet. Let's see here. Today we have 2 Joxian Blitzer attempts. Our longest run was yesterday's run. This is last night, by the way. I did fucking buns last night. 39 to 67, which is a 28% run. Yes. And my best from 0 was 40. And this was 2, I'd say, let's say 13 and 26. So, great day. Great day, but I'm going to call stream here. I'm a little tired. I'll post my 40% video in a bit. So, you guys get to check that out. I'll probably cut out me yapping because I was yapping a lot. But bye. Bye-bye.